Welcome to the 5th episode of Financial Independence Project. I do want to apologize for the delay. It's been a few months since we had our last episode. But I want to make sure that you guys get the message. And the benefit is the vision is even clearer. Okay? So, again, before we get started, I understand that the big corporations, even right now as we speak, is fighting for your attention. So for even clicking the video, thank you. And I guarantee you from here on out, if you watch the entire video all the way through, you will gain value. That is the entire purpose of this channel. All right, so again, thank you for staying tuned. Now, today's topic is important. It's called the silent siphoning. Now, I know it's important because over the last 10 years, I've talked to at least 100,000 people, Americans, nationwide across over 46 states. And I've noticed a change in the tone of the American, people. At first, I thought it was great. There was a collective awareness of Americans that there's been a great disservice to us, that we have no financial literacy. So I thought it was great that, in that time we saw the rise of crypto, stocks, futures, options, insurance, IULs, a ton of good information, but a ton of scams at the same time. And you can't disregard the fact that they're scams. So there's this hyper financial skepticism that's out there right now in a time of a lot of uncertainty that I think we would all agree on. Now, I always champion and I will continue to champion EYL and Ian Dunlap. I truly think that they are the best at helping you master becoming an entrepreneur, anything business related or even investing. They are phenomenal. However, I think that there is still a need to protect either what you're building, what you've built, or what you're trying to build. And better than that, not only protect that, but put you in a position where when there is an economic downturn, you're actually in position to take advantage of it, not be affected by it. There's seriously a system that can change your perception of how you even receive news. The news that you see on CNBC or Yahoo Finance won't affect you. There is no more good news or bad news. There's only news. And how you decide to react to that news can put you in a better position. This system gives you control. So I just wanted to get that out there because I don't care if you're a Republican, Democrat, black, white, Jew, Christian. I don't give a rat's ass. The only thing that I care about is the answer to this one question. Do you think that the American government is going to need more revenue in the future? Yes or no? No, seriously, ask yourself. Do you think the American government is going to need more money in the future? Well, if you said yes, I understand. We're in a volatile time. There's taxes, there's tariffs, there's, the cost of inflation. Have we seen these auto payments lately? They're almost as close as people's mortgages and rents. And Social Security benefits, they're all running out. So that actually leads us into today's discussion, the silent siphoning. So to explain the silent siphoning, I actually want to do a quick experiment, social experiment. How many people know what per diem interest is? If you don't have to look it up, and you're as confident in per diem interest that you're willing to bet your life savings on it if you had to explain it. If you're not that comfortable where you would put your life savings on it, my question is, why don't we know this? This is something that is affecting each and every one of us on a daily basis. If this is something that's affecting each and every one of us on a daily basis, why are we not confident in knowing what it actually is? Per diem breaks down to per day. I believe it's Latin. You can fact check me. But per diem means per day. It literally translates to interest that you are paying per day. There is a dollar amount that each of these banks, I don't care what bank or credit union that you go to, each of them are going to be charging you per diem interest. So this is something that you're getting paid for, that they're charging you per day. The next question is, why pay someone back more than you need to? If the bank is charging you per day, this is money that you actually gave them. You gave them money to be able to loan out to other people. And then they'll go ahead and give you less than 1% interest rate of return per year. Less than 1%. What if there was a system where you could pay yourself the interest, and by the time you're done paying yourself back, you'll end up having more than you initially started with? Which option sounds better? Which option are you currently in? And what are you going to do about it? That's the first. We also have inflation. Inflation is another siphon. Now, inflation, not as tricky. Maybe. It's more trendy. So a lot of us kind of understand the basic concept of inflation, which is awesome. That means that the cost of living, everything, is going up, right? But do we fully grasp the long-term weight of inflation for its reality? What does it do to us, the people who live here in America? I mean, if we don't know the actual weight of it, shouldn't this be something that we're talking about? If this has been the current state of our economy the past couple years? So hopefully this will help make it make sense. If you were to retire at 65 years old, and you saved up enough to where you can have $50,000 a year in retirement, and you retire today, if there's just a 5% inflation each year, you would need a $200,000 retirement income annually to have the same quality of life that you had when you first retired at 65 by the time you turn 93. These are the real long-term effects. This is when you are no longer working. You are on fixed income. This is just from inflation alone. This is the real impact. Not just the cost of everything is going up, but if our incomes aren't going up, if our savings vehicles aren't going up, if our investments are in unstable markets, this is where the danger comes. This is the impact. And again, what are you doing to fight this? What are you doing to combat this? Are you relying on that same bank that's giving you less than 1% a year? I mean, if you really think about this question, why pay someone back more than you need to? You really start to reshape some things. You know, maybe you don't have to cut back on some of your favorite leisure activities. Maybe you don't have to pick up that extra overtime. Maybe you don't have to, change your entire lifestyle, or maybe you don't have to pick up that additional job for additional income. All you have to do is be conscious of the system that you're placing your money in. That's it. I heard a wise man once say, once you have your destination in mind, all of your decisions become easy. All you need to do is think, will this get me closer or further away from my goal? It was actually Kobe who said that. But, yeah, it really does become simple. If you ask yourself these questions, man, what do you think is going to happen to the government? And are you putting yourself in the best situation? And would you rather take advantage of it now or later? And then the last silent siphon that we'll talk about today, because we're already at 10 minutes, is taxes, which is probably the worst of them all. Now, we all know that we're taxed heavily. And in theory, we should get the best services that we've ever received. That's what they're taking our taxes for, to improve our lives, supposedly. But if we're talking about service, let's just talk about the basic service that you can receive. Customer service. Over the last 10 years, has customer service gotten better or worse in America? So if customer service, the most basic service that we can receive, is decreasing, what about the more advanced services that we're supposed to be receiving? What about Social Security that's supposed to run out between 2033 and 2037? That's what I want to talk about. You know, our promise as Americans was to get a job or start a business, pay your taxes, and retire. This promise is running out. Social Security is supposed to run out possibly within the next decade or less. Within the next 9 years, possibly 8 years, possibly 7.5 since we're halfway done this year. Social Security is running out. And why this bothers me, why this is one of the only things that I wanted to actually talk about, is because Social Security is something that the government got right. I can get a check because I put into the economy my entire work life, that you guys are going to take care of me until I die. And then even when I die, the benefit will then go on to my family members so that our quality of life will still remain. That's amazing. And not only that, we have healthcare attached to Social Security. That way, you know, what you put in will help the economy grow, and we're going to be able to take care of you for your sacrifice. That's beautiful in theory, but Social Security is running out. The promise of the whole American economy and the American engine is falling apart. If we have no current solution for Social Security running out between 8 and 12 years, would you want your money to be taxed now on the seed and never be taxed again? Or would you rather have your money grow into a bigger pile of money where you can get taxed at any rate that the government decides, when we all believe that they're going to need money later? These are the questions that I ask you. I'm not here to sell you a product. I'm here to create a system for you. Remember, the whole purpose of financial independence, the brand, the company, Financial Independence Project and Firm, we're here to bridge the gap between financial literacy and financial independence. If you're ready to take control back of your own finances, I'm going to actually drop a link to my calendar in the description below. And I would love to see you on next week's episode of Financial Independence Project. Talk to you soon.